So right here on the base of Hogback, go take a look at the Goat Rocks. This little spot. Where Karen and I had salmon lunch last March. It's January, but it feels like March. That's Old Snowy. Now, Patu, Mount Adams, is right over there behind it. There were some people out here behind me, but I think they're gonna ski. The White Goddess. I sat before her in 1996 writing this house. I'm going to read some Cold Mountain. 132. The world's full of busy people, well steadied in various views, who don't know their true nature, who turn further from the way. If they could see what's real, they wouldn't bother with dreams. One thought reveals the mind unfolding in Buddha's view. 131. Born 30 years ago, I've wandered 1,000,000 miles along rivers where green grass gathered to the frontier, where red dust swirled, concocted drugs, sought immortality in vain, read books, and chanted stories, and now retired to Cold Mountain to lie in the stream and wash out my ears. And wash out my ears. We hiked to Old Snowy first time in 1977, coming up McCall Basin. Marty and Barry and Higgins and I. 122. Clouds and mountains piled to the blue, remote and primeval. It's no promenade. Far off I see the lone toad, clear and bright. Nearby I hear a flock of birds talking chirp, chirp. An old man I perch on a green ridge alone. Small house, no career. I manage a white head, but sight that today and the years gone by are mindless like the rivers flowing east. My skis carried me here. We've been reading Red Pine's Cold Mountain since 1989. There's so many kinds of people, 100 plans for fame and profit, hearts greedy, seeking glory, busy scheming riches and honors, minds that never rest, rushing around like smoke. Dependents form a circle, one yell and 100 nods follow. In less than 70 years, ice melts and tiles break apart. Finally dead, their affairs all cease. Who will be their heirs? Soak a mud ball in water, and you'll know thoughtless wisdom. This page, how many times if we circled the notes. The Bodhisattva is one who relies on the wonderful effects of selfless words, thoughts, and deeds to enlighten other beings. Poetry is a square inch. The Chinese call the heart of their heart the square inch. I drew that little box around that note in 1989. Song 162. Precious heavenly something standing off by itself, looked for, can't be seen, comes and goes but not through doors, crowded, it's in a square inch, stretched, it's everywhere, whoever doesn't trust it meets without accord. Cold mountain, road, horse, lost trail, form, ask, shadow. Funny, the road to Cold Mountain. No track of cart or horse. Hard to mark which merging stream or know which piled up ridge. A jungle of plants sweeps, a forest of pine sighs. And now, where the trail is lost, form asks shadow, where to?
I can't even read it when he put it out there. So, yes, I did.
Do you want me to read the Chinese or the English?
Can you read the Chinese? You read whatever you want to read, Roseanne.
Languages there is to learn.
Here we are in the great expansion of White Pass with a great view of Adams and the Goat Rocks Wilderness and Old Snowy Mountain. The illustrious Lady Lou has long been called never sad. She loved to ride a flower-picking horse. She was happy pulling a lily-gathering boat. She knelt on a green bear rug and wore a blue phoenix robe, but grieved that in 100 years she couldn't help ending in the hills.
Mistress Sue of Tien and Mistress Tu of Han Tan, the two of them equally old, their love of face the same. Yesterday went to a tea, but ill-dressed were shown to the back. Because their skirts were frayed, they had to eat hardtack.
Beneath high cliffs I lie alone. Steaming clouds don't fade all day. My hut might be dim, but my mind is free of noise. Oft dreaming I visited golden gates. My spirit returned when I crossed Stone Bridge. I left behind what burdened me. My dipper in the trees click-clack.
Things have their uses, and each use has its fit. If a use is out of place, there's a gap and a deficiency. A round hole in a square handle is such a vain understanding. A racehorse to catch rats will never match a lame cat.
That's great. This is a little Holden reunion here.
Yeah.
By chance and by calling and beauty. Okay, so let's have the names here so we make sure we get them on the movie too.
Hi, I'm Roseanne Martinez.
And I'm Bonnie Hodgkiss.
And we love to ski the Paradise Basin.
Yeah, out here in the Goat Rocks.
Beautiful.
And Roseanne, when were you at Holden?
I was at Holden from 2002 to 2004 as the staffing coordinator.
Oh, wow. How did you happen to turn off here, off the trail?
Well, Bonnie knows this spot.
Bonnie brought.
She said, let's go look at the Goat Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
And then we saw this man with a red coat. And we disrupted his peace.
No, yeah, Cold Mountain loves that stuff.
Oh, it is just fabulous. I hope you got some good shots of the Goat Rocks and Old Snowy. It's just tremendous. It's like March, and it's the middle of January.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. Let's turn this camera off.
I'm just going to read this quote of Martin Luther King.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear.
Pretty good.
A man can't ride your back unless it's bent.
Skiing at White Pass on Martin Luther King's birthday. I've been finishing this biography of Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Both King and Bonhoeffer dead at 39. As God today adds His yes to your yes, as He confirms your will with His will, and as He allows you and approves of your triumph and rejoicing and pride, He makes you at the same time instruments of His will and purpose, both for yourself and for others. God adds His yes to yours. Listen to this as Krista and Bob await their marriage. It is not your love that sustains the marriage, but from now on, the marriage that sustains your love. May 9, 1944, just days before he's just days that he has left. I believe that nothing that happens to me is meaningless. 2 days later, writing in prison, I heard someone say yesterday that the last years had been completely wasted as far as he was concerned. I'm very glad that I have never yet had that feeling, even for a moment, nor have I ever regretted my decision in the summer of 1939, for I'm firmly convinced that my life has followed a straight and unbroken course. Old Snowy on Martin Luther King's birthday. 3 people I've lost in this last year. Jody Eliason, the poet who went to Canada. Reno Vasquez, cantante popular y poeta de Jalostotitlán, Jalisco. And Father Stanley Merrill, S.J., who taught me the New Testament, taught me my own Lutheran tradition. And I'm going to read a couple of poems. And I'm thinking of Tyler Johnson and my sister Vani. The poet lives where all the worst threats have already become real, have already become the most unmovable of our imagined apocalypses. Past the region is a zone of sanity and East Shivani, where sharp volcanic ridges break to outcrops, crumble to boulders, shatter to stones, to pebbles. The horizon changes slowly. Faint trails tie landmarks to watersheds. Log all who pass by on the way to somewhere else. Traces so slight, we must step aside to see them. Truth revealed is neither innocent nor kind, so our visions request smaller transit truths up trap lines littered with teeth and bones and ghosts of verities long ago picked clean. Ribcage whistles for the wind to play, dead trees outlined by ashes. We forage for them to feed a fasting heart and spit them out when we can no longer taste them, hauling frail-skinned boats over high portages, pushing off free of hope into Class 6 rapids down the vast sweep and forgetfulness of time. Signs appear here and there of snags or sandbars, shoals, beneath sliding surfaces, but when we look, we see only reflections of our wide open eyes. Jody, sister, you are a good friend. Prayer at winter solstice. Blessed is the road that keeps us homeless. Blessed is the mountain that blocks our way. Blessed are hunger and thirst, loneliness and all forms of desire. Blessed is the labor that exhausts us without end. Blessed are the night and the darkness that blinds us. Blessed is the cold that teaches us to feel. Blessed are the cat, the child, the cricket, and the crow. Blessed is the hawk devouring the hare. Blessed are the saint and the sinner who redeem each other. Blessed are the dead, calm in their perfection. Blessed is the pain that humbles us. Blessed is the distance that bars our joy. Blessed is this shortest day that makes us long for light. Blessed is the love that in losing we discover. Dana Goyer, the White Goddess. Bonhoeffer, King, Johnson, Eliasson, Vasquez, Merrill. Poet, the theologian, and the singer. My people, my children. What a gorgeous morning. It's Old Snowy on the right, Mount Adams Plateau on the left.